Alright, welcome back to Body by Books Improv Kitchen. Today we're doing pulled pork and slaw. So what you're going to need is an office chair, bag of slaw, Primal Kitchen chipotle mayo, apple cider vinegar, curry powder, black pepper, salt, garlic lemon seasoning, liquid aminos, swerve instead of sugar because sugar sucks, a big old pork butt, and some Cholula or a hot sauce variant that you can use. Here are the ingredients. Everything there minus the G Fuel or whatever's back there, because you're not going to need to be that caffeinated with your meats. But anyways, this was pretty simple so far. The coleslaw is what I started off with first, because basically all you're doing here is taking a bag of coleslaw that you buy from the store and then just dumping it into a dish, which is super duper easy. And then second step is you get that chipotle mayo, which so I use the chipotle mayo from a brand called Primal Kitchen because it specifically uses no soy oil, and it doesn't use any other hydrogenated oils, so it's actually pretty good. And I guess they use yep, there's me failing with a spoon, and I gave up. They use a form of what is it, cage-free eggs? Yes, a form of cage-free eggs. That's a super smart way of saying that. But yes, they use cage-free eggs, and so I use this whole container of chipotle mayo. Now, this might seem like a mildly expensive thing of slaw, but I mean, at the end of the day, a whole package that was good for, probably 5 or 6 people's worth of slaw was, with the slaw itself, like the lettucey, or the cabbage and all that other garbage. You mix that together, I mean, it's probably $9 for the whole thing, and I mean, $9 for a thing of slaw that big. You're paying $9 for a package of slaw from, like, I don't know, KFC or any other restaurant, and it's gonna cost you, more than that. So for the amount that you're getting, so this is definitely worth it. You basically mix that whole package of the mayo in there, and then next you get the apple cider vinegar, and you give it a little bit of a little drizzle. All right, that's how much you need, a drizzle of apple cider vinegar. And then you're just gonna get some black pepper and give it a hefty amount there while you do that. Yes, and completely make the focus of the camera go haywire. And you're probably going to be making it go haywire for the rest of the video because that's how it works. When you stir it up the rest of the way, you realize that using 2 spoons to stir something that is slippery on the counter is obviously not the way to do it. So you just keep on trucking, and hopefully you don't look too stupid or sound too stupid, but that's too late. So this is pretty easy. This is just basically the topping. I did not make buns. I did not make any kind of thing like that. Maybe in the future when I have the appropriate devices, such as a pan, which is device, I guess. There's some thumbs up because I did it right. And next we do a sped up version of the pork because, yeah, I put some salt, put the lemon garlic pepper. That is the curry powder, some actual pepper, and then let's see here, more of that, and then that blur right there was the swerve. You put a couple tablespoons in there. 1 teaspoon is about 4 carbs, but that's max carbs. It's actually not. They're not net. There's no net carbs in it, so it's basically not sugar. It's definitely better for you than regular sugar. I would highly recommend using that over sugar anytime. Anybody who tells you that artificial sweeteners are less good for you, or are they very, very bad for you, well, unfortunately, that is not the case. There's a lot of science to prove against that, and you can look it up, but that's me. That's what I do. I do no sugar for a very good reason. You can look up the damages that it causes. Anyways, let's get back to this. So that's me rubbing it with I shouldn't have said it that way, but anyways, that's me rubbing the pork butt with my gloves that still do not fit because I, again, am not going out and buying a new set of gloves. And I know I can't fit into these gloves. I don't know why I keep on doing it, but there we go. It's been rubbed. And now, I think about the time where I decide to throw it into my pressure cooker. See, that's the next step. Is basically throwing it into your pressure cooker, if you have one, or a slow cooker. This is what's going to be time dependent for you. If you happen to have one, then it's going to be super duper convenient for you, because cooking this pork butt is going to be a lot less time consuming if you have a pressure cooker. Like, you have to either cook it all day long, or you can cook it for 50 minutes, which is what I put it on for. So you don't see it hit 50 minutes, but there's me giving you the thumbs up. I did it. So now you wait, and it's gonna be more than 50 minutes, so you get comfortable. Wait, don't get comfortable. Keep moving. Clean your room. Do the dishes. Take out the trash. Poop the dog. All right. Then you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And wait. And you're almost there. And oh, it's ready. That's what my machine does when I finish. I don't know. Anyways, here is me depressurizing it with a glove because you don't want to burn your hands off. This actually reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you've ever watched Return of the Living Dead. If you have, feel free to leave your comments on that below too. But it's one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. But yeah, this reminds me of the scene where, at the very beginning, where they kick the canister, and it basically sets off the zombie apocalypse. And again, if you have not seen that movie, I would highly recommend it. Here's where I get impatient because it takes a very long time. I did not speed up this footage specifically so you could see how long it actually does take to depressurize a pressure cooker. Yes, I get so bored. But then, of course, I open it up. After it's completely depressurized, the little knobby at the very top there went down. So I open it up, and there's the goodness. Obviously, it looks like it's been cooked, and we will find out later after I toss it in the oven for an hour on 300 degrees. So this is all based on a split-second decision this morning to decide to make this, and then, oddly enough, I actually sped up. But I actually watched a video of Babish doing it. He was making some pulled pork, and he did it his way, which is full of sugar, unfortunately, and all sorts of things that I would not put in there. So I did it a different way than Babs would. If you're watching this, Babs, I hope I can call you Babs. That was the hot sauce I put on top instead of barbecue sauce to mediate the amount of sugar that's in there. Then you want to put your camera slightly askew and make it so it's not really focusing really good. And you take that and you just shove it right in the oven. Your legs are killing you because you just did leg day the day before. If you have not seen that video, you can see it by clicking in the most previous video, I think. But anyways, then you wait again. But you've already done everything. The internet has all sorts of cool stuff to occupy your time. You know what I mean. Cat videos, you perv. Anyways, I guess while you're waiting, you can do some other stuff like clean up after yourself. Because you have a pot to clean up that you are gonna not just leave out like a big old jerk. So, as you can see here, my tag is still sticking out of the back of my shirt because I did not fix that after seeing it the first time in my footage, and it's too late now because the video has been made, and I have already cleaned the pot, and I'm not going to pretend to clean the pot because that is a waste of energy. But here's me doing my thing. As you can tell, the way you clean a pot is by cleaning it. I don't know if you don't know how to use utensils, but I don't think you need an instructional on how to wash out a dish. I might, but that is a different story. I have cleaned out said dish, rinsed that a bit, and then as per usual, after you do that, you turn on your old the little machine, that disposal unit. I don't know why I forgot that for half a second there. It's early. I've been making videos all day, but it's almost time to pull that thing out of the oven. And altogether, this whole thing, including getting home from the store, was a 2.5 hour process. So think about it that way. This is a really quick, mildly cheap way of making pulled pork. So now we pull it out of the oven. Back to the food chair. Anyways, so today is a new day, and it seems a lot like I didn't have to do this, but I did. I went to the store again today after realizing I had missed something. So there is slightly different footage and different audio now that I've added. Anyways, you don't care about that. All you care about is the meat, and there it is. And so what happened is I baked it without flipping it, and that caused a problem. You will see here that I am going to try and pull it apart and fail horribly. So what happened here is I did not cook it on both sides, because when I flip it around, it's actually much more easy to pull apart, and it was not fully cooked all the way through. So what I had to do is dig at it like a badger for a little bit here until I figured it out. It took me a couple seconds, but I learned. And there we go. I stopped it. I put it back in the oven after flipping it upside down and ripping off a bunch of the meat. And then I removed the main portion because I had to get to work. And all that is the shredded and actually delicious meat. So it came out pretty good. It tasted really good. The problem is that when you don't flip it and you don't put enough liquid in there for the everything to get nice and juicy, what you get is a giant brick of meat that you need to cut into pieces. And that is exactly what I did with the other piece. Today I also found something at the store that you will be very happy to see: barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce that has no sugar added. Again, it's another Primal Kitchen one, and I'll show it to you a little bit later. And now it's food time. Alright, here's some shaky cam for you. Give you a little Resident Evil 2, the movie. Remember that? Huh? That was awesome. Anyways, here it is after I pulled it apart. This is the rest of the meat. And I figured I'd finally dig in. Yeah, flipped it around here so I could show you my plate with my sweet meat and Primal Kitchen barbecue sauce. This is not a commercial for them. They make stuff that is not sweetened with sugar, so it is good for you. Far better for you than some of the garbage that's out there. So give it a nice little drizzle here. I think it's only like 2 or 3 carbs per serving, and the sugars are all natural, as in they come from the tomatoes and stuff like that. So it's definitely way less bad for you than traditional sugar. But yes, as you can see, I chomped into it and it was fantastic. And of course I had to try my Chipotle slaw, which I had to make a second batch of because I brought the first batch to my work and I left it there because I'm stupid, but I'm sure my coworkers will be very happy. And I tried that, and I believe it tasted probably good. Let's see, did I give a thumbs up? Oh, right about here is where I sneeze, I think. And there we go, yep, thumbs up. Oh, and I got some barbecue sauce on my left thumb. And it's gone now because it's delicious. Anyways, that is the cooking techniques I used, which are terrible. Babish is way better than me. He's an actual chef, probably? I don't know. I haven't checked his credentials, but I don't care. He does cook way better than me, so he should take my recipe and make it good. I would challenge him to do that. Eh, Babs? You're not going to do this if I keep calling you Babs. But anyways, thanks for playing. How did it taste for you guys? I would greatly appreciate a comment or a like, subscribe, anything like that. I don't try and beg for it, but if you guys feel the need to help me out with that, that would be fantastic. And I did notice that I need to create a new video because there's something that goes along with this that would be fantastic, and that is some biscuits. So I'm going to make low-carb biscuits that are not terrible for you. So you will see that video coming up next week. I'm going to be making it today, but it's not going to be coming out till next week. Anyways, I rambled long enough. Thanks for playing, guys. I'll see you on the next one.